Oh, okay.
I think we're live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall I start?
Yes.
Oh, lovely. Hi, everyone. Thank you all for taking the time out to watch this video about my new business, Arbonne. I'm going to introduce myself in case you don't know who I am. I'm sure you all do. I'm Chanel, and I also want to introduce the amazing Danny. Hi, Danny. Thank you for taking the time out to help me today. I am very excited to be starting my new business, my new adventure, should I say, journey with Arbonne. Arbonne is an amazing company. I just love the ethos behind Arbonne, behind their products, that it's safe and natural, vegan, healthy. That just sums up Arbonne. There are so many products with Arbonne, skincare, and I can't wait to start using all the skincare products. Nutrition. Now, nutrition is like the main one for me, because I just really want to be healthy, and there's so much stuff within the nutrition line that I can't wait to start. And they have makeup as well. But this all started with me wanting to be more healthier. I just feel like I'm at the time of my life when I just really want to just feel healthy, and we all know that being healthy starts within as well. So I just really want to start that journey. But I have known about Arbonne for the past couple of years, really, and I didn't really take the business side of it too seriously. But now I'm dedicated to Arbonne. I'm very serious about it. I'm so excited. But also, a friend of mine, she said a quote on her Instagram page, and she basically said that health isn't valued until sickness arrives. And that is so true, and it just struck a chord with me. Yes, Alison, if you're watching, that's your quotes, and I love it, and it's stuck with me ever since. And I don't want to be that one that, when they're not feeling well, or God forbid, and but I just don't want to be that one that starts to want to be healthy. Now I'm not feeling too good. I want to start to be healthy now, which I am going to be. And I also just want to know about the products that I'm using. And with Arbonne products, there's no chemicals inside. They're all plant-based, healthy, and that's what I want to be putting on my face, and that's what I want to be intaking within all like the nutrition stuff. So that's why I just can't wait to start using the products. But there's just so many products that I can't wait to use. For example, the 7-day body cleanse. Amazing. I can't wait to use that to just get rid of all the toxins. I can't wait. And the fizz sticks, which is an alternative to your energy drinks. And I do like a Red Bull, but I am now changing over to the fizz sticks. No more Red Bull. It's all about the fizz sticks, which is an energy drink, but it's all healthy, and I just can't wait to start that. And the 30 days to healthy living, I can't wait to use that. Like, that's the main thing that has brought me to Arbonne. And also my friends Zinzi, which I'm sure you all know, and Simone, they all joined Arbonne as well, and so they've got their own businesses. And when I saw that was like a sign. It was a sign for me. It was a sign to rejoin Arbonne and to get my health back on track, which I am going to. But yes, that's all about Arbonne. I'm going to hand you over to the amazing Danny, who is she's a part of Arbonne as well, and she's going to tell you a lot more about Arbonne and about her business side. So there you go.
Thank you, Chanel. So my name is Danny, like Chanel said, and just loved everything that you just said especially about getting rid of the Red Bulls and replacing them with the Arbonne fizz sticks. If anybody has tasted the Arbonne fizz sticks yet, let us know in the comments what your favourite flavour is so far. There's 4 flavours: pomegranate, citrus, blackberry and apple. And it's always like, which team are you on? I'm 100% team citrus. So, Shanell, have you tried them yet, the fizz sticks?
No, I've got them in my box behind. I'm going to start tomorrow.
I've just had one, so I'm always like got so much energy when I have a fizz stick. I used to drink about 8 cups of coffee a day, but I'm all about the fizz sticks now. So thank you so much everybody for getting onto Shanell's launch. Like, she's obviously got some incredible friends. Whether you're watching this live or watching it on replay, let us know if you're watching it live or replay, and let us know where it is that you're calling in from. So for me, similar to Shanell, calling in from Leicestershire. So let us know where you're watching from, and let us know in the comments how you actually know Shanell. I always love finding out how people actually know each other. It's always so interesting. So I've had my Arbonne business for nearly 5 years now, and I'll tell you how that even came about, because obviously I didn't grow up as a child thinking, oh, one day I'm going to be an Arbonne consultant. Like, definitely wasn't the dream. I actually went in career-wise into ophthalmology. So I worked for Specsavers Opticians for many, many, many years, working with eyes, and I loved what I did. And I honestly thought that that's where I'd stay until retirement, which, how old is retirement these days? Like 80, 90, who even knows? But that's what I thought would be the path for me. Now, I'm a mum. Anyone else on here, parents? Let us know if you've got children, how many you've got. I've got 2 daughters, and one of my daughters, my youngest daughter, unfortunately had a brain hemorrhage and a stroke a few years ago, and it came completely out of the blue. We didn't see it coming at all, and I don't think you ever do when something like that happens. If you've ever had like a parent, a sibling or a family or a friend have like a stroke or something like that, brain hemorrhage, it just comes out of nowhere, and it set our life in a different direction, because not only did she start off on life support, she then moved to intensive care, to high dependency ward, and eventually when she was discharged from the Leicester Royal, she still had 3 hospital appointments every single week. She still had physiotherapy, speech and language, all these different appointments. And after about a year of me not going back to work, my boss, who owned the Specsavers franchise, basically said to me, Danny, what are you doing? Are you coming back to work or not? And if anybody that's watching right now runs their own business and has staff, like, I respect that. He had a business to run. And so I had to say to him, do you know, I'm not coming back, because my daughter, she needed me by her side, because even though I knew when her hospital appointments were, I didn't know when she was going to have a fit or a seizure. It was quite sporadic when she was going to be rushed off in an ambulance. And I just felt like I couldn't go back to work because I needed to be with her full time. So I left Specsavers, but when I left my income with it, because, you know, for us as a family of 4, my income and my husband's income paid for everything for the month. But when my income was suddenly gone, my husband's income only paid for things. It paid for the bills, and it would take us to like halfway to the month. But the last 2 weeks in the month, there was like no money left. I don't know if anyone else has ever found that. There's like too much month, not enough money. So we ended up getting into a lot of debt. Fast forward 2 years, we're in significant debt, just trying to survive. And we actually got to the point where I was on benefits at this point now. And there was times where we'd get halfway through the month, and we'd have to choose between having the heating on or eating well. And 7p super noodles became like a staple tea time ingredient for us. And that's not good, not healthy, and not good parenting. But you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And so I was on Facebook one day having a right old rant about my life. Like, I was sick of how things were. I was sick of having no time. I was sick of having no money, and just really stressing out on Facebook. And a girl that I knew from childhood reached out to me and said, Danny, I need to tell you about this business, Arbonne. Meet me for a coffee. I don't know if it's something for you or not, but I can see that things are not good for you right now. This might be your potential solution to make things different for the future. And I was at such a low point in my life. I was suffering with depression, anxiety. I'd been diagnosed with an autoimmune, so I'd been diagnosed with lupus. And I just thought, what have I got to lose listening to what she's got to say? Like, if she's got a solution for me, I'm all ears. So I went and met her for a coffee the next day, and she said to me, Danny, have you ever heard of Arbonne? And I was like, no. And she said, okay, have you heard of network marketing? Or you might have heard of it as like social marketing or multi-level marketing. And I was like, no, I hadn't. And then she said, okay, so are you aware that all the products that you're buying that fill your bathroom, fill your dressing table in your bedroom, fill the kitchen, like all the products that you're buying are filled with toxic chemicals in that cause long-term damage and impact yours and your family's health? And I was like, no, obviously not, because I wouldn't be buying them if I knew that. But once she started to talk, it actually made sense to me, because both my kids had really bad eczema and it was an ongoing issue. I had skin issues. My husband had health issues. He has fibromyalgia, but you might have heard of that as ME or chronic fatigue. So as she was talking, I was thinking, oh my gosh, if products are like contributing towards this, I definitely need to change what I'm using. And she said to me, basically, companies are now being found out that they're putting a lot of toxins into products, like parabens and deodorants that are being linked with like breast cancers, for example, or sodium lauryl sulfates that cause that create bubbles in shampoos that are being linked with people having like greasy hair, having scalp issues. And she was telling me all this stuff. I was really shocked. I was like, what? And she said, so these companies are massively profit driven. They're trying to maximize the profit by squeezing every last drop out, and we're the ones that are suffering because our health is impacted. And so she said to me, there's this company called Arbonne. It's been around for 40 years. But I was really interested when she said 40 years, because if I was going to get involved with anything, I didn't want to get involved with a company that had just started and who knows where it's going to be like after 10 years. So she said it's been around for 40 years. And basically, the man that founded Arbonne was so against what was going on, which I was like, well, yeah, I can understand that. She said he was so against it that he created his own company, the first company in the world that makes these free from products. There's no animal testing, there's no toxins. These products are not filled with all this junk, and they are not, they're environmentally friendly. They use like recyclable materials. She was going on, and basically all I could hear was, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I need to use these products. I had no idea. And then she said this to me: these products, Danny, are so good that the founder refuses to sell them in a shop, because if they get sold in a shop, they're going to go up 80%, because that's what happens when products are sold in shops. They go up 80% to pay for like advertising, shelf space, staff, shelf stackers, till people, managers, blah, 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 blah. I was like, right, okay. I was like, following. He said, and the founder of this company will not sell these products in shops because he refuses to have them go up 80% in price. He wants the masses to be able to afford these products. So they're only sold online, which cuts out all those middlemen. I was like, right. And she said, basically, people like you and I use these products. Like, are you already using shampoo? I was like, yeah. She goes, are you already using toothpaste? Yeah. She was like, do you eat? Do you drink? I was like, yeah. She goes, basically, you switch brands. I was like, okay, that's easy. And you tell people what you think. And if anybody buys these products based on your review, you get paid. And I just thought, oh my gosh, because I share reviews all the time for free. Like, I cannot even begin to tell you how many people I told about The Greatest Showman. Has anybody here ever seen The Greatest Showman at the cinema? I went to that and I told about 100 people. And out of those 100 people, 90 of them went and watched the film and raved about it and told another 100 people each. I mean, 10 people were like, oh, I don't really go to the cinema, it's not my cup of tea. And that's fine. You know, I respect that. And that's how this business works with Arbonne. We use the products and we share honestly what we think. And, you know, for every 100 people that we share our opinion with, 10 people might say, well, do you know what? I don't use shampoo, toothpaste, or deodorant, or I don't want to switch brands. Okay, that's fine. Like, not offended. I wasn't offended when people said they didn't want to go and see The Greatest Showman. Okay, no bother. But 90% of people are going to be like, oh my gosh, I need to do that 30 days body cleanse as well. I need to use that primer. I need to switch my shampoo. I need to switch my deodorant because the links with cancers are so scary these days that I need to swap to something much safer. So when you're switching brands and you're getting paid to give honest reviews, it doesn't take up extra time, because every day we're all using some sort of product. I'm not saying that you use 500 products, which Arbonne has, but you're using some products, and we are happy to share what we honestly think. And so to get paid for that recommendation is amazing. So I was a straight away yes. Straight away I was like, I'm in. And then what happened was I started using the products and people started to see my results. and I promoted to the first level in Arbonne. So I'm going to talk you through the 4 levels in Arbonne. So I promoted to the first level after a couple of months, and I was earning about £500 a month at the first level, so district manager. So I know £500 a month isn't life-changing by any means, I know that, but that £500 a month meant that I could come off benefits. It meant that my husband didn't have to keep working overtime. So for us, it started to make a few little differences that made a big difference for us. We actually, as a family, ate dinner together, or our evening meal. I don't know who calls it dinner, who calls it tea. It's a bit confusing, isn't it? Like, we ate our evening meal together because of this business, and that was life-changing for us. And then I kept building this business. I kept sharing what I was learning with people, and I promoted to level number 2, which is an area manager. So from start to level 2, it was 6 months, and I was earning £2,000 a month there. Now, at that point, I was able to book us a family holiday to Disney World and pay for it all using my Arbonne money. And I was able to book 2 weeks and not have to be like, oh, well, I can only book a week because I can't really afford to. I was able to book as the hotel we wanted to go to and not feel like, oh, we've got to book the cheapest because we haven't got enough money. I was able to book the flights that I wanted to book and not feel like, well, let's go on the night flight because it's cheaper. Let's do connecting flights because it's cheaper. And I was able just to book what I wanted to book. And that was the best thing about building this business, is I was able to do the things that I wanted to do and not have to feel like I had to cut back. And this is what I've seen in other people. I know Shanell will be the same. When people start building this business, the extra income that you start to get means that you can start to do things where you're not having to like go, oh, well, I can't afford new school shoes for the kids, so they're going to have to wait another month. Like, none of that. You can say yes to everything that you want to say yes to. And that's the point about this business. Anyway, I kept building my business, and I promoted to level 3 after 11 months in total. So 11 months, I was at level 3, and I was earning about £7,000 a month. Now, believe me, I was like, this is insane. And I would say to some of my friends, like, look at my paycheck, like, I'm earning £7,000 a month, like, this is crazy. And they would say to me, Danny, you need to stop shopping in Primark now. Like, I still do. I actually still do. Because for me, it was never about earning crazy money with this business. It was just about earning enough money to be able to just treat my family the way that I felt like they deserved to be treated. But because I've gone on to teach people like Shanell how to build this business, it means that my paycheck goes up. The more people you help, the more you get paid. So for me, I'm just about helping other people, helping other people, helping other people. But that then grows your paycheck as well. So before I knew it, I then promoted to level 4, which is the top level in Arbonne. It's the final level. And at this point, I was earning, and am earning, £10,000 a month upwards. It's crazy. My business now has $2 million of products bought from it every year, and that keeps growing and growing and growing. And it started off with just little me building this on my phone 5 hours a week from a hospital bed. You know, this kind of business, if you're a genuine person like Shanell is, and you genuinely are passionate about helping people and making a difference, it really does grow and grow and grow. I've been in Arbonne 5 years now, and it's been the best decision I ever made, not just for the financial side of it, but the difference it makes to other people. When you've got people that you've taught how to build a business, and they are able to go part-time in their job, help their husband retire, they're able to take their family out and pay for it. There's a lot of mums out there who have to ask their partners for money. I was the same. When you're able to take your partner and your kids out and say, do you know what, dinner's on me today, bowling is on me today, that feeling of just, it's just, you just can't explain it. It's empowerment. And being able to help people feel that feeling of empowerment is priceless. So as everybody here is a friend of Shanell's, you're probably thinking, well, I want to support Shanell in her business. Like, how can I do that? So I'm going to tell you 3 ways that you can support Shanell, and you can tell her or put it in the comments and say, I'm a 1, I'm a 2, or a 3. So number 1 is you can become a customer. So if you've listened to this and thought, oh my gosh, I know all my products have got chemicals in, I wish I could swap them all in one go, but I can't. But I do want to swap a few. Let Shanell know, look, I want to swap my toothpaste, my shampoo. I want to get some of those fizz sticks. I want a new mascara anyway, and my foundation's just run out. Like, tell her what it is that you want, and she'll be able to work you out a discount and get that all processed for you. So number 1 is if you want to be a customer. All the products have got a full 45-day money-back guarantee as well. So if you order anything and you don't get on with it for whatever reason, as long as it's sent back within 45 days, even if the product is empty, you get all your money back. So it's amazing. So if that's you, just put in the comments, I'm a 1. The other way you can support Shanell in her business is to get your own account with Arbonne and build your own business like I do and like Shanell does, like Simone, like Zinzi. So it's £30 to get your own account, and that account is open for a year. At the end of the 12 months, your renewal is £25. So that's how much you pay for your online franchise. And then you get all the products at cost. So everything's at cost to you then, because you're encouraged to obviously use the products and talk about them. Little perk of the job. And then anything that anybody buys off your website, so you have your own private website, your own link, and when people buy off your link, so you share your link with people, anything that's bought from your website, you get paid a percentage of. That's it. So simple. So some people, they get a full account just because they want the big discount. You're not tied in. There's no like targets, any of that. You can do with it as whatever you want, as much or as little as you want. And that is you joining Shanell's team. So that's number 2. So if you want to become a consultant like me, like Shanell, join the team WhatsApp, join the community online, and just have loads of fun. Just put in the comments, right, I'm a 2, or let Shanell know I'm 2, and she'll be able to help you with your questions there. If you are neither of those 2 options, so you don't really use products, you don't need anything that Arbonne can give you, you don't need the extra income, you don't need the extra time, you don't want to be involved with the community, that's absolutely fine. It's not for everybody, but you do want to help support Shanell with her business. You're probably thinking, well, what can I do? You can be what I call a cheerleader. So this is number 3, a cheerleader. We all need cheerleaders in our life. So if I had a friend that opened up a coffee shop, I don't drink coffee anymore because of the fizz sticks, I would still go and support her with her coffee shop. I'd be there for the launch. I would be supporting her by telling everybody I know, go and see my friend, she's just opened up a coffee shop, you need to go and have the coffee, it's amazing. And I'd be saying to her every time I see her, how's it going? How's the coffee shop? How's things? So being a cheerleader is just saying to Shanell, how's your business going? What products have you been using? What results have you seen? Like, what customers have you got? Just asking her and supporting her and cheering her along, and sending people to her. So referring people that are needing baby care products, their children. You might know somebody whose child's got really bad eczema. Say to them, oh my gosh, my friend Shanell's just opened up her own business and she has got the best baby care products you could ever imagine. Let me introduce you to Shanell. Or you might know somebody that is on maternity leave, really doesn't want to go back to work, needs to find a way to make an extra £1,000 a month. Introduce them to Shanell. So cheerleaders, so important. So if that's you, just put in the comments, I'm a 3, or let Shanell know. So just tell her where you are with supporting her business. Are you a 1, a 2, or a 3? And if you've got any questions, put your questions in the comments and I'll go back and answer them, because I'm going to stop talking in a minute. I'll hand it back to Shanell, but I can talk and talk and talk about Arbonne. This is like the trailer to the movie. This is like a 2-minute trailer to an hour-and-a-half movie. So I've only given you like the snippiest snapshot you could ever imagine. So if you've got more specific questions, whether they're product related, business related, like anything to do with Arbonne in any which way, put your questions in the comments and I'll go back and I'll answer them. I can talk about Arbonne like for hours and hours and hours, so I'll happily answer any questions. But for now, thank you so much for getting on Shanell's business launch. It is so nice to see that she's got so many incredible friends that are here to support her. So just let us know, are you a 1, a 2, or a 3? Shanell, any final words before we end?
Just want to say thank you, Danny. Thanks for that. You are amazing. Any feedback from the video is much appreciated, or inbox me if you want more info. And I just want to say that I'm just excited. I'm excited for the future with Arbonne. I'm excited for myself to do the products, promote the products. And I'm going to aim high with Arbonne. I really am very excited. Thank you all for tuning in.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. See you later.